Hello, minions.
What's up, people?
Hi.
And there is my beloved manga girl.
She's been caffeinated recently.
So, we are beginning episode 6 of the Zombie Anox Comic Hour. And we have some goodies for you this week.
Many, many goodies.
Some fantastic comics. An
end to the Marvel hatred.
Yeah. I feel like we need to start off by covering our bashing of the majority of the comic gaming industry. From last week's episode.
Yeah, well, I guess so. Some people have said we were a little too harsh.
Well, you heard that? I didn't hear that. I just found that I was wrong when, after playing this new Amazing Spider-Man game.
Yeah, no, that's really sick. It's really, really good. And you know my stance on Spider-Man in general.
As well as mine.
Thank you, Tobey Maguire, for completely ruining a character.
Yeah. Making it so that if there was a hero,
You just want to see him fail.
I just want to kick him in the nuts.
Yeah, exactly.
While wearing some, like, old school goth shit kickers.
Anything steel toe.
I'm talking like the steel toe with the metal spikes on the toe.
Yeah, well, the ultra sadistic nut punch.
Yeah, pretty much. The cock knocker.
To say the least.
No, I picked this game up and it was fantastic. I was kind of surprised on IGN's reviews of it. And so I gave it a shot.
But since when do pro critics ever know what they're talking about?
Right, and that was the thing. Was like, but see, IGN generally,
Yeah.
they don't give comic games a high rating.
Nobody does.
No, and this one had like 4 out of 5 stars, pretty much, from IGN, which I was like, you did what?
I don't know. Something about this game made me not want to stop playing it.
That, and it's obviously based on the Amazing Spider-Man movie.
Right.
The recent one.
The one that didn't suck.
Right. Because, well, we're just going to take the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, and we're going to put them in a pile with Elektra and Halle Berry's Catwoman.
Yeah.
And just try to forget that they ever were a thing and that they happened.
After today, I promise never to mention them again, if you promise to do the same.
I can't promise that because I need something evil to just hurt people with.
Sort of a punishment threat, essentially.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
let me never piss you off.
Somebody pisses me off and it's like, you know what? Remember Halle Berry as Catwoman. Oh, why'd you go there? Yeah, see, that's what I need it for. But no, these were fantastic. They were based on the Amazing Spider-Man movie, but they're not strictly adhering to the movie. It's its own new storyline.
Yeah, it's great.
And I love how you have the main missions. I love how even the side missions are expansive as fuck. Like the bank robbery one.
For a completely free roaming, do whatever the fuck you want type game.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And you wanted to continue the story every time, but it's like, no, I got to do this other thing and this other thing. And
I got to go stop a bank robbery. I got to go ride on a helicopter, save a bunch of hostages. I've got to
collect as many comic pages as I can find.
Oh, crap, there's a sniper team.
Yeah, you get the best part about it. Spider-Man #1.
Yep.
Digital copy.
Yep. All the major first appearances.
Yeah.
It's first appearance digital copies right there on the game. And it makes you work for them.
But it's so worth it.
But half the time, you're slinging through the city, and it's like, you're just trying to get from one point to the next, and it's like comic page, comic page, comic page, comic page, comic page, all the way there. The Extreme Reporter Challenges. Yeah.
Bruce Campbell, man.
I fucking love the dude. He's Bruce Campbell.
I don't know how you could not love Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, he's the extreme.
He is Ash.
Yes.
No one can replace Ash.
He's the voice of the extreme reporter, and they're kind of douche challenges that he makes you do, but it's very Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, it's Bruce Campbell in that douchey Bruce Campbell kind of way. You know, I don't know any other way to describe it.
That last, did you complete them all?
No, I'm still working on this.
I didn't have any issues with the checkpoint ones until the last one.
Oh, yeah?
Because you're having to go from, like, one checkpoint and then one fairly close, and all of the other ones were like 10 to 15 checkpoints, right?
Yeah.
This one is 6.
But they're all over the city.
No. They're constantly on opposing sides of Central Park.
Oh, God. Why'd you tell me that? I wasn't there yet.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's sadistic.
I passed every single one of those first shot, and that one, I think it was like 6 tries.
Yeah.
And I'm like figuring out how to shave like milliseconds off.
Right? Well, like the first time you had to do a checkpoint challenge, I was like, okay, I'll just swing to him.
Right.
No.
Nope.
Instant fail.
Yep. And then you've got the
controlling the camera thing. Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like,
I love the option. I just immediately went and looked it up on where to photograph the Spider-Man symbols.
Yep, I did too.
Some of the suits I love. I love that white one with the black
Yeah.
detailing.
Yeah.
And the Scarlet Spider 2012.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. Oh.
Apparently down the line you can get a birthday hat to put on him.
No. The trick to the birthday hat is you can't get it down the line. You actually have to take your system offline.
And reset the date.
Reset the date to August 2012.
Right.
Because that was the date that was the month that Spider-Man celebrated his 50th anniversary.
Right.
So the only way to do that is to reset the date on your console.
Yeah, not doing that. I don't need a stupid little birthday hat.
Come on, we did it for Calendar Man in Arkham City.
Yeah, fair point.
Or at least I did.
Well, yeah, you did.
And you have to calculate for leap years as well as for date shift changes when you carry over from one year to the next.
Well, you may have done it. I chose not to.
It took me about 2 hours.
Why am I going to do that?
Because you had to log in.
There's not even 2 hours of gameplay.
Yeah, you actually had to, like, log out and change the date, log in, go talk to Calendar Man, exit the area so that the checkpoint triggers, and then exit the game, change the date again, re-enter, reload, go back in, talk to Calendar Man again.
Yeah, no thanks.
You get a trophy for it.
I'm not that desperate for trophies. You know, it's not like Grand Theft Auto where I have to get 100%.
There are those people that are 100%ers.
Yeah.
I've never heard that term before. I've never heard 100%er before.
Oh, I have. Working in the gaming industry?
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard it. But no, the Amazing Spider-Man game, fantastic. If you haven't gotten a chance to pick it up, pick it up.
It is honestly worth it. I was pleasantly surprised.
I mean, I paid $40 for it at Target.
Yeah.
Because it's been out for...
It's been out a year.
Yeah. But it was just absolutely off the charts. Fantastic. That's coming from two guys that hate Spider-Man.
You've heard me say it before. He's just a whiny little bitch. But...
he's the superhero that all the other superheroes beat up and take his lunch money.
And thankfully, somebody listened and got rid of Mary Jane Watson.
Yeah. Mary Jane is not in it.
Not even mentioned.
Nope. You have...
no Harry
Gwen
Osborn.
Stacy. Nope. The Osborns are mentioned.
Only as Oscorp.
Yeah. And as the bosses.
Right.
They mention him, like, in conversation, but that's it.
Yeah.
You know, some of my favorite villains were in there as a kid. You know, like the Spider Killers.
Yeah.
So, great game. Absolutely must get.
Just really well thought out. well designed. Probably one of the games I've had the most fun playing this year,
Yeah.
which is a big deal because BioShock Infinite was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, moving on to the past week, there was our trip to Flashback where you actually got to go see Flashback.
I love the place.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome. I can't wait for them to move to their new location so we can do a live event there.
And do a secondary review on them.
That was the best thing. Is as soon as I walk in, oh, you're Ox. Let me shake your hand. What can we do to get a better rating?
Yeah.
Just like, move?
Yeah.
Really? That's pretty much it.
Yeah, your location's really the only thing hurting you.
I mean, it's the same problem that I ran into in Gainesville. It's in an sort of like a small business park.
Yeah.
And
And you can't see it from the street.
tucked away in the back. No real major signage.
But still, fantastic customer service. Because, I mean, we were taking the feedback from a few of our listeners that we need to cover more Marvel. We need to become
Marvel friendly.
not... I wouldn't say... I believe the terminology they were asking for was us to being more Marvel rounded.
Well, that brings us to the massive amount of Daredevil stuff we picked up this week.
Well, yes. But see, part of it was, we went into Flashback and we asked... And we told Troy, the guy working, Troy is fantastic. I love Troy. For recommendations. And he gave you, 5 recommendations on Marvel Comics?
Yeah.
And what I like is that it's not just, oh, you should read, this comic. It's, you should read it. This is why. This is what you'll like about it. This is what you may not like, but this is what you're going to like, and I suggest it.
And this is what's not going to suck about it.
Right. And I respect that. Give me the 30-second pitch.
Thankfully, he didn't push any X-Men on me.
Yeah. Nope.
This is like one of the first times I've been in a shop where somebody hasn't said, oh, dude, you got to read the new X-Men. It's like, no, I don't care about the X-Men. I'm not entertained by them.
Yeah.
I mean, I get their sort of, socio-political struggle.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting side note. Late last night, I watched Inside the Actors Studio with Ian McKellen.
Okay.
Talking about Magneto.
Okay.
Great episode. If you haven't seen it yet, go back. It's on YouTube. The full episode is on YouTube.
Sweet.
Awesome.
Now, while you were recommended the comics that you did,
Yes.
we both did pick up Daredevil. I didn't get a chance to read it. My big Daredevil purchase is sitting behind me.
Yeah. That is definitely a big Daredevil purchase. I mean...
Well, the funniest thing is kind of how it ended up coming about being
Yes.
to the collection.
The way this comic arrived into the collection is a fantastic tale that will give our listeners a little bit of insight to the kind of evil person I am.
Evil asshole.
Evil asshole, as my beloved is pointing out.
Not to me, luckily.
Not to her.
Nor to me. You're
Yeah.
rather fair to me most of the time.
It was I had one of my coworkers state that he needed me to cover a shift for him this weekend. And it would be me working a double in the middle of a 7-day straight work week.
On Saturday.
Yes, and open and close on Saturday in a very busy store. So, him being a Marvel fan, I proceeded to say, fine, but you're going to have to make it worth my while. And he agreed.
Which, in all honesty, you can't really do. But I'm really glad you did.
What, just absolutely, blackmail him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is technically illegal, but
So,
worth it.
Yeah. So he's a Marvel fanboy.
yes.
So my theory in this is, fine, I'll cover your shift, but you're going to have to buy me a comic. And I had stopped by Flashback and asked for their feedback on this.
Yeah.
And when I told him, he's a Marvel fanboy, I want it to be a Marvel comic he has to buy me. I want it to be something important.
He really wants. He's got to
Something-
really want it.
Something that any Marvel fan is going to take a moment of joy in purchasing, but knowing that he's purchasing it to give it to me, and knowing that I'm a DC fanboy, and that he has to buy this item and then give it to me.
Something he's been coveting.
Right. So I chose Daredevil 181, The Death of Elektra,
Hooray! Elektra dies!
at the hands of Bullseye.
That's how it should have been in the goddamn movie.
Shh. But still, still fantastic comic. 9.6 grade, I believe.
I mean, it looks in stellar condition.
Have you really looked at it?
Not up close, no. Oh my god. The kid's an idiot.
Don't fuck with me. I will make you buy the comic of your dreams, and I will make you give it to me.
This is seriously near mint.
Yeah. I made sure that this comic was gonna burn. That it was gonna hurt having to purchase it and give it away.
So you want me to pull a double on my Saturday? You better make it worth my while.
Exactly.
And he did.
Yeah. So yeah, I will say fantastic comic. But you've read the new Daredevils.
Love them.
Love them.
The way they're drawn, the way they're inked. It's making me push aside the crappy movie
Yeah.
and reevaluate the character from nothing.
Oh yeah.
And it's fantastic.
No, I did actually pick up the same issues as you. I just haven't gotten there.
Oh, dude, you're gonna love it.
Well, part of that is, I've been busy with my other two series that I've been reading.
Yeah.
Which I will say, one of my big excitements this week was picking up Larfreeze, #1. Absolutely love it. It's fantastic. You have Larfreeze and his servant butler guy about to die, and Larfreeze is just not a care in the fucking world, willing to kill his butler because.
Yeah.
And that the butler should be honored to die with Larfreeze.
Because, reasons.
Exactly. And, I mean, it's the... I love the interaction between the two, where Larfreeze is retelling his life story, and the butler's going, wait, I've heard this story before. You were married? You had children? Perhaps. This is Larfreeze's story. How much of this story is true? Most of it. And define most of it.
Okay, none of it.
Maybe some of it. It's all based on the events of Larfreeze's life. Enjoy the story.
More than 1%,
Yeah.
theoretically.
And I love this interaction between these two characters and can't wait for more to come. Fantastic comic. I would say read it. However, all the copies are mine.
So, make him an offer that he
All the
can't
copies
refuse.
are mine. Mine.
They could make you an offer for a loaner.
I just want a working Orange Lantern ring.
Okay, within the realm of possibility.
Do not discount my logic of fantasy.
So, in other words, nobody is ever going to get their hands on these books, ever.
Yeah. But you should
Unless
definitely
like-
read them.
Unless you, knock on his door with the keys to a Bentley or something.
I don't really want a Bentley.
You would trade it for...
That Robin motorcycle I've been dreaming of building?
I was thinking detective, but okay.
Batman Tumblr.
Yeah.
Or a
Or a
Tumblr.
Tumblr. That would make my commute a lot easier.
Yeah, but parking.
At that point, it wouldn't matter.
Rooftop parking, dude.
Your insurance would skyrocket.
I would have a Tumblr. I wouldn't give a shit.
Okay.
Either way.
One thing we haven't covered yet, which I really think we need to, is that we actually went to a local con.
We did cover that.
Yeah,
Did we?
Yeah, we covered that last week.
I'm not. Ha.
On the
Yeah.
same day that we went
there.
to
Yeah,
to
yeah.
the con.
Been an interesting week.
Yeah.
Caffeine is fun.
So Larfreeze number 1, it got a 4.51 from me. Absolutely great. Must read.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Now, the big recommendation that I got from Troy at Flashback Comics was Crossed.
I think you struck gold with these.
I did. Now I will tell all of the I will tell all the listeners out there, this is not a comic for everyone. This is not a comic to read in a public place. To let your parents find.
What's the cover rating?
M.
Is it M?
Mature audiences.
Well, speaking for the
Just looking at the cover.
Yeah, actually 29. Issue number 29 is the one I really do love. Yeah. You have the naked girl crawling on all fours, carrying intestines.
Yeah, completely eviscerated on the cover.
Yeah.
the most devilish looking grid.
Yeah.
She looks way too happy to have her guts in her hand.
Yeah. It's a fantastic read. It's what I really like about it is that it's a zombie style comic, but it's not zombies.
Right.
They're not undead. They're not dead. They are very much alive. They are just infected.
Now, the cool thing about the family values lines of it is it takes some classic paintings.
Yep.
Nighthawk.
Yeah? I think it's Nighthawk.
I think it's called,
Yep.
I think it's called Nighthawk.
Yeah. The diner on the corner thing.
Yeah. Or the girl with the farmhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Almost looking sort of
Kind of reminding me of Superman.
either Superman or Wizard of Oz. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's this comic covering people who are infected with this just illness called the Crossed. Now, they are not dead. They are not sick in any fashion aside from
Mentally.
mentally.
They are fucked up in the head in this shit.
There's no sense of self-preservation. There's no sense of their pain sensory concepts are completely skewed.
Right.
It's a matter of, pain brings them joy,
Right.
and they find it humorous. Urinating and defecating in wounds, having their wounds urinated and defecated in, sticking a funnel in one guy's ass and pouring gasoline in while he's laughing about it.
Well, there's also this one image of like 20 of them with like crosses painted in blood on their face.
Right. Now, that's
Love it.
actually not painted.
Really?
That is actually the affliction.
It's a manifestation of
It's
the
basically
cross.
a rash.
I like it.
Yeah, and so you have this absolute lack of sense of morals, no sense of preservation, the desire to cause harm because it brings them amusement.
Right.
However, they are intelligent. Highly intelligent.
Books like this make me very glad that we are not living in the age of the PMRC.
Yeah. This
Because
is...
this would get banned everywhere.
Yeah. This is a story that I can only imagine Clive Barker sitting there with a nice stack of these.
Yeah.
In his study, nice darkened classic
I'm sure
library study.
I'm sure his study is all black, but
Right. With all the books, the
Yeah.
old books, and he would sit there and he would read them.
Necronomicon.
And I can see him setting down the most recent issue and just slowly looking up at the writers and the illustrators of this comic, and just proceeding to ask if they've sought out professional psychiatric treatment. This is the kind of shit that would disturb Clive Barker, the man who gave us Hellraiser.
You know, I'm not entirely sure it would disturb him. I think it may give him that grin of, ooh, I need to make a new film.
Right. But it's just so
It is
far.
sick.
It is. And I mean, when I was buying it, did you hear what the one kid working in the store said?
I can't recall.
I'm sitting there looking at him, and one of the younger employees at the store at Flashback proceeded to go, "Oh, crossed." Yeah, that made me physically ill trying to read it.
No. That guy didn't work there. He was just a customer.
No, he works there.
Oh.
Yeah, he works there.
Short guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He works there. But no, fantastic comic. Loved everything about it. I love the illustration. I love the story. And it just really makes you think.
I can't wait to dive into it. I'm so ready to just... I think the worst part is that I'm really, really excited to read this. It seems so sick, so twisted. And
it really is.
I just want to dive right in head first and read all of it.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a whole number of back issues sitting at Flashback waiting to be picked up. It's just off the charts disturbing. And I love it because it is the aspects of society that make you think. Especially when you have these crazed individuals that are intelligent. If they could drive a car before they got crossed, they can drive it now. If they could fly an airplane, they can fly an airplane now. In
Crazy,
a zombie flick,
not stupid.
Right. In a zombie flick, okay, zombies attack. You get on a boat and you go to a desert island where you're all alone and you're okay. Crossed? Somebody knows how to drive a boat. They will follow you.
Yeah.
There's no getting away. And I love it. I mean, it's...
I'm really excited about this series, dude. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to read this.
Yeah, I absolutely recommend it. If you start it and you find that it is not the comic for you, I cannot blame you.
No, it is not for everyone. If gore and violence and depravity are not up your alley...
No, this is also not a comic that is gore for the sake of being gore.
No.
This is gore with the accurate portrayal of conveying the story at hand.
Right.
Yeah.
Realistic injuries, realistic gore.
And you have these individuals that are, it's like I've always said, if you censor video games, it's losing part of the art. Like, would we censor Michelangelo's David? No, it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be. Most art shouldn't be censored.
And the reason that art isn't censored or shouldn't be censored is because the artist, like with Michelangelo showed you David's penis because you need to see it to accurately appreciate the entire work. And that's what I see with The Crossed is...
Right.
Every piece of gore, every drop of blood, every vulgarity in the story has a greater purpose.
Right.
And is there to accurately make you understand what is going on.
Right. There's nothing I appreciate more than characters speaking how people speak.
Exactly.
Acting how people act. And having injuries reflect a realistic scenario.
Right. It's, take you and I, for example. We may be articulate, intelligent, we will still cuss. Sometimes it is for the sake of cussing, but there are times that we cuss to accurately express the emotion at hand.
Emphasis.
Exactly.
You know?
So,
although, let's face it, we do just sound so much cooler because we cuss.
shh, the uncool kids will hear us.
So?
Then they'll try it, and then it won't be cool anymore.
No, they just will do it badly and not be cool.
Yeah.
We've had many years of training in how to be profane.
And in new, fascinating ways too.
As of late, yes.
Yeah. So no, Crossed. I highly recommend it. To give you the rundown, I've only gotten the chance to read issues. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 29, 30, and 31. Now, those break down with a 4.51, 4.71, 4.76, 4.81, 4.71, 4.86, 4.86, and 4.87.
So essentially, make yourself a really tasty pot of coffee and just read them. Read them all. Absorb them. You will not regret it.
Actually, for the majority of people out there, don't make coffee. Just go into this with an empty stomach.
Well, I mean, if coffee is too acidic for you and gore makes you physically ill, then by all means, don't drink coffee.
Yeah.
I drink coffee before doing anything. So.
It's also not covering, we're not seeing a Walking Dead cover. You know, where, it's a zombie story, but it's actually about the people. No, it's a zombie fucking story about zombies. About these crazy fucking people that will kill you and rape you, and not in that order.
To me, it seems a lot like Day After Tomorrow, but without the loss of the person.
Think more the Reavers from Firefly.
Gotcha.
But with zero loss of intelligence.
I love it.
Not just the
I
No mindless behavior. It's all with intent.
I say again, I am really excited to read this series.
The other big one I read was going on my continuation of Lantern Insanity.
Yeah.
The Red Lantern Corps.
Okay, I've got to ask you this. When are you going to get a large, full-color Lantern Corps tattoo? It's going to happen. I know it will.
I don't know.
Presumably after the wedding.
Possibly.
Now, is it going to be all of them? Or is it just going to be the ones that you like?
It would probably just be the ones I like.
Yeah.
So probably red, yellow, orange,
Yeah.
and black.
You can make them like 4 cards.
Yeah. Do something to that effect. Let's see. I covered Red Lanterns 0 and then 11 through 21 this past week, as well as reading Crossed and Larfreeze.
Damn, dude, how do you have time to go to work?
This is all before we go to bed.
Yeah,
All right.
I go to work, I work full-time, and I read comics and watch TV while doing spreadsheets, managing our webpage, running our Twitter and Facebook. And I think I eat in there and somewhere, too.
And buying our own merch.
Yes, as I'm sitting here wearing one of our new merch shirts. Which is very comfy, actually. No, Red Lanterns number 0. Interesting comic. It ended up with a 4.59. I mean, it's a 0 comic. Most of them are just like little prequel tales, same as this one.
Backstory type stuff.
Yeah. Stuff that they realized later on we probably should have put number 1.
Yeah.
But 11 through 21 was, let's see, 4.53, 4.59, 4.55, 4.56, 4.58, 4.64, 4.65, 4.59, 4.57, 4.55, and 4.67. So everything in the high 4s.
I've noticed a trend.
And that is?
You only read really good comics.
Yeah. I'm still... There are the ones I'm still waiting for that comic to come across my table that just makes me want to stop reading it.
Let the challenge begin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if anything, after we record today, considering it is Wednesday, we do need to stop by Victory, and I need to pick up
Yes, you do need to pick up your subs.
this week's subs. But while I'm there, I'm probably going to ask for a bad comic.
And the reaction is probably going to be
Okay.
why?
If they point you directly to the Kiss comics,
I'm just not going to do that to myself.
thank you.
My hatred of Kiss just spans too greatly.
The thing is, I don't hate Kiss. I like the music.
Why should they get their own comic book?
They have a comic book. They have caskets. They have...
Christmas special. Kiss Save Santa.
Oh, God.
It is a real thing.
It is. It's not just Family Guy.
Um,
Thank you, Seth MacFarlane, for bringing that to our attention again.
yeah. No, I'm actually going to make the conscious effort.
To buy something shitty.
Yeah.
I tell you what, I'll buy it for you so you don't feel guilty about it.
No, I think that should actually be calculated into my rating. I spent money on this.
I spent more than $2 on this piece of shit.
Yeah. Where I even spent $2 on this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see where that stands come next week's episode, but no, the Red Lantern Corps, I love it. It's so well done. It is giving us if Larfreeze,
It's giving you a comic reader's heart on.
yeah, and if Larfreeze is setting up to be anything like the Red Lantern Corps is, just keep it coming. Just for the love of God, keep it coming because this is fantastic. So what else have you got?
I got the Black Bat.
The Black Bat.
Haven't started it yet, but it looks really interesting.
Okay.
It's a Batman-like cowl, but he's got this sadistic sort of Frank Miller-style grin,
Okay.
and is wielding 2 pistols on the cover.
Okay. If I remember correctly, wasn't this one that Troy compared to Frank Miller's Batman?
Yeah, he did make that comparison.
Okay.
In addition to that, I picked up the 300 thing from Shop in Gainesville, and I still need to get on that.
That you do.
And then the Arkham line.
Yes. Yes, that you definitely need to read.
I am super excited to read it.
Okay. Now, let's see. I'm thinking, one thing that for some reason has been on my mind lately, superhero vehicles.
Because we all want one.
Yeah. But the selections are minimal.
And rightfully so.
Most of our superheroes
Are super powered.
yeah. Wonder Woman has an invisible jet, which has always confused me because I'm like, bitch can fly.
It's a long ride from Metropolis to the Amazon and back.
Yeah, it's...
I don't know.
I just never understood why the fuck Wonder Woman needed a plane. Never made sense to me.
And why it needed to be invisible.
Yeah, especially when it was invisible, but she could still be seen while flying it.
Kind of pointless, yeah?
Just a little bit.
Isn't the whole point of a cloaking device so that you're not obviously
Yeah,
seen?
I mean, did nobody take a key from, like, the Klingons or the Romulans?
Well, which one came first?
Romulans. Yeah. Let's see. We've got the Bat Bike. We've got the Batmobile, the Batplane, the Batpod, the Batboat. All of Batman's rated vehicles. I'm pretty sure he's got like a space shuttle dock somewhere.
Yeah.
And then we've got...
I'm not even going to comment on that thing because it's.
And then we've got, the Robin bike.
Which you desperately want.
I do. I just want to take, a Ninja, a Kawasaki Ninja, modify the shit out of it, body style wise, leave the engine alone, but just have it look like a Robin bike.
Well, you got to put a ladder exhaust on it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Probably a direct air intake too. But
Oh yeah.
Nightwing had a bike, but that's kind of just in the same category as the Robin bike. Other than that,
You know, I've always found, especially in the Batman series, be it film or comic lines, the villains always had cooler vehicles.
yeah,
I mean, take the 1989 flick. Yes, they were just Chevy Caprices,
right.
but they were purple and green.
Um,
And seemingly indestructible.
the
Two-Face's 30s Fords.
yeah, with the suicide doors.
Love them. Love
Yeah.
suicide doors.
Sexy cars.
Okay, we're not talking about cars anymore, because
Yeah.
cargasm.
Now, other than that, I mean, what X-Men had the X-Plane.
Lame.
But that kind of goes in the same category with like Justice League and them having the javelins.
Yeah.
There was the Arrow car, but it was modeled after the Batmobile.
Yeah.
Why do we have so few selection on superhero cars?
I think because, especially when it came to the Batman line of things, anytime someone else took up the mantle of doing a series, they redesigned the Batmobile. And every time they redesigned it, they got severe, like, just tongue lashings from all the fanboys who are like, that's not what a Batmobile is supposed to look like. Why the hell does it have 6 wheels? Why does it look like an APC? You know.
Yeah.
But you can't please everybody all the time.
No. There just isn't a huge selection when it comes to vehicles. And it irritates me for some reason. I know most of them can fly or run super fast.
Or teleport or whatever.
Yeah, but aside from a shitty invisible plane, why do we not have more?
Yeah, it's a very legitimate question.
I want more vehicles. Ghost Rider, I mean, but then again, he had his motorcycle.
Yeah. What was that movie with Seth Rogen and dude from Harold and Kumar?
You're thinking Green Hornet?
Yes, I am.
Based off a comic. Yeah, there was a car there.
His car was awesome. Split in half, could still drive.
But yeah. Weird Mythbusters episode. Seth Rogen's an asshole on that.
Yeah, it was probably stoned out of his gourd.
Or lack of stoned?
Yeah, it could be.
I think it was lack of stoned that would make him that much of an
Lack
asshole.
of stoned. I like that. You know, in all honesty, in this sort of realm of like fantasy comic-y vehicles, it's like one of the best things I've seen in the past 20 years was the RV that they converted in Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah. Fucking love that thing.
I mean, just like weld plate steel to an RV.
Why not?
You know, it works.
Well, you kind of have to soup up the transmission a bit
Just a tad.
to carry that much
Extra
welded
weight.
plate armor. But yeah, I like where you're going with that. No, there's just...
I mean, like the DeLorean.
But that's not comic.
No.
Ghostbusters vehicles, but that's reaching.
Oh, I don't care what anybody says. I will have an Ecto-1 at some point in my life.
No, we're going to do your truck up as Ecto 3, the all-terrain assault version
Right.
of an Ecto vehicle.
Which will be available for parties.
Yeah, we're going to put the light bars on top of your... All right, what is the make and model of your car, of your truck?
It is a Dodge Durango.
What year?
2006.
So 2006 Dodge Durango, we're going to paint it white.
With a Hemi.
Yeah, with the Hemi. Put some all-terrain tires on it, jack it up a bit. Make sure
Massively loud exhaust.
make sure that we paint it white, have the Ghostbusters logo,
We're ready to believe you.
Yeah, all the stickers,
The
the light button, light bar on top, all that
phone
fun
number.
stuff. And then the step plate.
Well, also the pull-out rack for the packs.
Yeah. Which we could just mount your subs on.
Could do.
Yeah. And then the strengthen up the step plate and make sure the handles on the top
are good.
Yeah.
Other than just the luggage rack.
Considering, I already used them for that whenever we're driving through the parking lot.
And we do get strange looks every now and then.
Yeah, but it's fun to just walk right up to the side of your truck.
Hop on like we're rolling out. Yeah.
Yeah, step onto the step plate, grab onto the luggage rack, and I just tap the side and hit, point straight ahead. You just gun it. And the neighbors are all like,
what the hell are they doing?
Where are they going? I do live in a richer area of Fairfax County, so they get very confused.
Those boys aren't right.
If you only knew.
If it ain't right, I don't want no part of it.
Exactly. So no, I feel like that's a very valid question. Now, I would like to bring up the movie that we watched just the other day, or yesterday.
Yes.
Your thoughts. Superman, Batman, Apocalypse.
I like the idea that they brought in another Kryptonian. I thought she was really one-dimensional. And, it's like we've been saying since the word go. Make me care about these characters.
Yep.
I couldn't have given two shits less about that blonde girl.
No.
It's great that you're Kryptonian. It's great that you're a superhero. Just fuck off.
You cared more for Crypto the Superdog in that than you did her.
Yeah.
Except when she went evil. I can say that moment you seem to change your thought process on her a bit.
Well, she's a much more believable character as a villain. It's a character that you actually wanted to see progress. And then, oh no, she's a goody-goody all over again.
Yeah. But at the same time, though, still massively hotter when she went evil.
Most people are, my friend.
Yeah. I'm evil and I know it.
Jerry Ryan, Star Trek Voyager, full on board. Need I say more?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
You need a little drool catcher there?
Yeah. Yep, I'm good.
Tissues are handy.
Yeah. And I'm sorry if you're a Star Trek fan, you're a Trekkie. Even if you're a Star Wars fan, you tell me that she's not hot and you're not gay,
I'll punch you in the mouth.
I will tell you you're a dirty fucking liar. I'm going with the George Carlin rules. It's kind of like there's two kinds of people. Those that pee in the shower and those that lie about it. There are two people in the world. Those that think Jerry Ryan as a Borg is hot.
Whoa, hold on. Let's backtrack here a second. Did you not watch the Seinfeld episode?
That's Seinfeld. Let's not even go there.
They're all pipes. What the fuck?
It's like George Carlin's theory of there are two kinds of people in the world. Those that think Jerry Ryan as a Borg is hot and dirty fucking liars.
Well, 3. Gay men.
Even then, I think they could
They
say...
would appreciate it, probably, yeah.
Yeah, and then they would probably try and find out how they could get her outfit.
Yeah. From the interviews that I read, she said it was probably the most uncomfortable thing she's ever worn.
Yeah.
And could barely breathe.
Yeah, because it actually was worse than, like, a whalebone corset.
It was a whalebone corset. And it was literally stitched perfectly. Like, she couldn't gain a pound without feeling it everywhere.
Yeah. And I think there were a couple days on set that they actually had to sew her into the costume.
Yeah.
And that is dedication to a role.
Well, it's also like that meme we saw of Ron Perlman.
Yep. The one where he got in full costume.
Full Hellboy makeup. 4 hours of makeup.
Yep. For a kid.
Make-A-Wish.
For a Make-A-Wish. And it wasn't just, oh, I'm here, I'm Hellboy. No, he hung out with that kid all day
Hours.
long. I mean, 4 hours worth of makeup. I took makeup classes at one point for Hollywood style makeup.
Yeah.
The amount of stress that makeup puts on your body.
Well, your scalp, because he's wearing a full headpiece,
Right,
cannot breathe.
right.
His hand is in this massive hockey glove looking thing.
Right, and he's not on a set where they can take actions to try and cool him down.
No, he's in a very strictly climate controlled pediatric ICU.
Yeah. And you gotta respect any actor that is willing to go through that dedication for a kid.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, it's like the guy in Maryland
Yeah.
who, you know, he made national news, last year? When he got pulled over?
Yeah, I think it was last summer.
Because he was driving a Lamborghini with the license plate of Batman. And it wasn't even a legitimate license plate.
This was a fake license plate on a brand new Lamborghini Murcielago convertible.
Yeah.
Beautiful car. I hate
all black.
Lamborghinis. And I love this car.
All black, and he's in full Batman gear. And this is a guy that is a virtual real-life Bruce Wayne in most respects. He has the money, and he does this. He dresses up as Batman and goes to hospitals, goes to pediatric units. Not for money, not because it's good publicity.
Not even for fame.
No.
Yeah, he does it because...
Nobody knew he did this until he got pulled over.
Yeah. Well, if you're cruising along 95, 495 in the triple digits in a black Lambo, people are going to notice.
Yeah. And actually, no, he wasn't even speeding. He wasn't
He
speeding.
wasn't?
No, and it wasn't even a highway. It was actually like a 2-lane road. Because there was a sidewalk that he was standing on.
Right. I remember the picture now.
And they stopped him sheerly because he didn't have a valid license plate.
Right.
Which means, who's going to pull over Batman? Well, obviously, a cop in Maryland. But he's doing his job. You know, and we find out that this guy dresses up as Batman, goes to pediatric units to make these kids happy.
Put a smile on their face, absolutely.
And you've got to respect that. You really do.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
no, I absolutely appreciate anyone that's willing to go to that level of commitment, especially for a kid.
He's a better man than I am.
Yeah. I mean, granted, when I did my Riddler cosplay, I had people ask if I would go to a hospital dressed as Riddler for the same reason. And I'll admit, I gave it some consideration. If I was going to do it, I would probably get a Green Arrow costume made.
Yeah,
And I would do it as Green Arrow.
right.
Because that's much more my style.
And let's face it, as sort of campy as he is, Riddler can be kind of fucked up.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's part of why I like him.
No.
Yeah. I know. Surprise, surprise.
Surprise, surprise. The same guy who cosplays as Jonathan Crane.
I will also like to point out that I've considered cosplaying as Zaz.
Oh, much better.
It isn't?
A character that carves Roman numerals of each of his victims into his body.
Okay, fair point.
Generally not a nice guy.
I thought it was tally marks.
Yes,
Tally
right,
marks.
tallies. Thank you.
Tally marks. But,
You can't go visit kids as a villain.
no, it just really doesn't work.
It doesn't. It's bad PR.
Yeah.
I know there's no such thing as bad press, but that's just...
Bad press.
That's bad press.
That's worse press than, like, blowing up a school bus full of nuns.
Yeah. Scarecrow showed up today at the children's ICU. Most of them wet themselves. I mean, that's pretty much all that could happen.
Yeah. It's like, no, that would be a bad idea. I mean, I'm the king of bad ideas.
In hindsight, I should apologize for that statement. That was crass, rude, cruel, uncaring. I'm sorry.
Thank God we don't have a PR department.
We are our own PR department, which I think is our downfall.
Yeah. Considering, blowing up a school bus full of nuns. It happens. So I would say I feel bad about that, but I really don't.
C'est la vie.
Yeah, no. Going as a villain to a kid's hospital, not a good idea.
No.
Going as Green Arrow probably would be awesome.
It'd be interesting.
Yeah. I feel like I could do a better Green Arrow than a Batman, so.
Yeah.
That, and I know some Batman lookalikes, so that might work.
Yeah.
Go with Batman.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah. They're both cynical assholes. It works.
Yeah. Actually, I gotta say, that is probably the best part
Of that movie?
of that movie.
When Batman is referred to as grumpy ass repeatedly.
Never heard that nickname for Batman before, but I love it, and it's
When
so true.
Supergirl is going, when will grumpy ass lighten up? It's not grumpy ass all the time.
Bruce, take a step back. Maybe, go on a vacation. You're being
Ooh.
called grumpy ass.
Bruce Wayne, take a vacation.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Not a likely story.
No, but I do love it. Accurately portrays that man's level of brooding and cynicism. So yeah, we've had a very eventful week of reading comics, and visiting Flashback Comics repeatedly. Did you make any stops at any of the other haunts in Maryland?
In all honesty, with what we found in Annapolis, and that being pretty much the hub of good stores, I just have a feeling that, unless we find a really small boutique shop up in, Frederick, we've pretty much hit the cream of the crop.
Well, I mean, we still have to go hit Baltimore.
We do, but I'm skeptical. I am really skeptical.
Yeah. And then there is when we eventually make it out to, Pennsylvania, go south to Richmond.
Even down to Southern Virginia.
Yeah.
Well, there is going to be you going to Orlando.
Yeah, on the honeymoon when I actually go hit the shops in Florida.
Now, I have said this to him privately. I'm saying it to him on air. This is your honeymoon.
I'm marrying a woman who likes comic books.
Not the point.
I still can go to comic... We're going to Harry Potter World for the honeymoon. I feel like going to a comic shop isn't a stretch there.
True.
You're also talking to the guy that has the Death Eater symbol tattooed on his left forearm.
Yeah, I see it.
And is going to Harry Potter World for his honeymoon.
I have actually told people, and they're like, "That is awesome."
No. I mean, don't get me wrong. It sounds like an awesome part of the trip. Never mind. You're never going to listen to me anyway.
Huh? You said something?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Be nice.
Why? It's not his style.
I can try.
Yeah.
You have the rest of your life to try and make him a nice person. Best of luck.
See what happens eventually,
Okay, when you do, I will buy you a really nice Rolex or something.
I mean, you are talking to the person that the only way I can describe if I did a Joker cosplay, it would come out with puppy bombs.
And this is also the man I trust with my deepest, darkest secrets.
Yeah. Now,
And for some reason, I find no difficulty in that.
now, for those listeners that are going, did he just say puppy bombs? Yes, puppy bombs. It's where you take a cute, cuddly puppy and you strap a bomb to it.
Okay, can we try not to get the SPCA up our asses already?
No, I'm trying to piss off PETA.
Oh, fuck PETA.
Exactly. Flag A5.
People for the ethical treatment of animals. How about people for the ethical treatment of humans?
People eating tasty animals?
Yes, love tasty animals.
Tasty animals.
The issue I have with PETA is that they seem to be the hypocrites, though.
Oh, they are the absolute. It's like the only people who are bigger hypocrites.
Is
than
Catholic
PETA?
Church?
No. Greenpeace.
Oh, yeah. Okay, but
You're polluting the ocean.
we digress.
Yeah,
We digress.
We're getting political again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that happens. That happens.
We are liberal. Newsflash. We are liberal. Liberal.
We're liberal comic fans.
Go figure.
A thing you say? Yes.
Liberal comic fans?
No.
With a social agenda? Fuck.
We have a social agenda?
Wait a minute. Yeah, we have a social agenda?
Maybe not a formal one.
Oh, okay.
But general liberal ideals.
Take over Kazakhstan?
No.
Damn it.
Did you not see Borat?
No.
Oh.
There's a reason for that.
There's a very good reason for that. I don't think you should.
I was actually pleasantly surprised by the dictator. It's a go figure. I was actually okay with it.
But
You know what?
getting off topic of comics.
I didn't need to see that much hairy, bad male nudity.
Yeah.
All I'm saying.
Okay.
Anyway, as you don your Mad Hatter hat.
Yes. Would you like to try my tea?
No.
It truly is my specialty.
That's wonderful.
My very, very special tea.
Take the hat off.
Can I interest you in a card?
No. 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 No, no, no. Take the hat off.
Would you like one of my cards?
No.
Our poor listeners probably have no idea what's going on.
Creepy.
Would you like to explain to them so that way there's less confusion?
No.
No?
No, I'm just going to insist that you stop.
I take off my Mad Hatter hat, put my 7/10 cards away.
10/6.
Yeah, 10/6. My bad. I can read, yay!
Spell dyslexia. I know you can't.
Lestexia?
Yeah, exactly.
D-E, who gives a shit?
Probably dyslexics. Anyway, back to the focus.
So,
This episode seems to be. Let's see how many people we can piss off.
You know,
we've got to have at least one of those episodes.
one of these days you just got to go for it and piss everybody off.
Balls to the wall.
You know, fuck it. Caution to the wind, balls to the wall. We say what we want.
Yeah. You don't listen to us because obviously this is episode 6. If you haven't figured out that we are random, we are spastic, we're assholes,
We hate ambiguity.
yeah, then you're probably listening to the wrong podcast.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Either way, keep listening.
Remind me to never let you write an advertising bump or a pitch or anything like that.
Listen to us now where we kill everything.
You see what I mean? that just won't
Listen
work.
to all of our episodes and buy at least $50 worth of merch, and maybe we'll let your husband go.
We're fucked. I think that pretty much sums it up. We are fucked.
The National Lampoon School of Thought. Buy this magazine or the dog dies.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. See? You know,
Zombie is holding puppies hostage.
buy our merch. Only 10 more items till the puppies go free. Part of it is I'm congested, so my evil laugh is nowhere near as good as it is.
No.
No, but I will say I did enjoy driving around town today wearing my evil supervillain sunglasses while listening to blasted Doomsday.
Yeah. I think this is another time when I have to make sure I retighten every nut and every bolt in the back half of my truck.
Yeah, because, granted, it wasn't nearly as loud as I would like it to be.
Well, you can do that in your car.
Once I put the subs back in, yes. And I will be the supervillain that wakes you as I drive through your neighborhood at O Dark 30 and blast Nero.
Better not do that where I'm moving. Most of those folks own guns. And like to use them.
Yeah, good point. And I don't have that regenerative ability that I would like.
None of us have the superpower we want.
No, we really don't.
What we do have is the gift of gab, and we're using it.
Yeah. Though I will say I am impressed with our new audio system.
It's small.
It's small, it's compact, it seems to be working for the most part.
No need for the hand truck.
Yeah. Oh, so nice. No hand truck.
Yeah.
No marks on the walls.
I said I'd fix them.
No, actually, one thing I don't know if I've talked about on the show is that book sitting right over there.
Which?
That black hardbound.
Oh,
Do you want to
okay.
grab it?
I think you mentioned it in passing,
Yeah.
but you haven't talked about it in any depth whatsoever.
Batman No Man's Land by Greg Rucka. Fantastic book. It is not a graphic novel. It is not a comic.
It's a novel.
It's a novel. There is only one picture in the book, and that is actually a map of Gotham, which I will say I have studied in depth, extensively in depth. It's towards the beginning, and it is a fantastic story. It's actually based on the No Man's Land comics and the No Man's Land storyline, just expanding on it. And it is truly a fascinating story. You have where the U.S. government has disowned Gotham after a series of natural disasters.
Right.
They blow the bridges. It's very much what Nolan based the third movie off of.
Right.
The bridges are blown, the river is mined. If anyone tries to escape, they are shot and killed. There is no escape. Now, everyone in Gotham was given 30 days to get out. The government did not, didn't keep anybody contained. They said, if you want to leave, by all means, leave. But after 30 days, we're blowing the bridges. We no longer own Gotham. Gotham is going to become No Man's Land. Almost Escape from LA style. Or Escape from New York. The bad 1980s movie. But nonetheless, you have the head doctor at Arkham who couldn't find homes for most of the supervillains. So what does he do? He sets the entire facility to automatically open at 11:55 p.m. The bridges blow at midnight. So anyone who's left on the island because they had nowhere else to go or they refused to leave their home is now trapped on this island with all of the worst murderous psychopaths you can imagine.
Just staring at this map for a minute, there are a couple things that I absolutely love. First and foremost, the Robert Kane Memorial Bridge.
Yep.
The Bob Kane Sound. Robbinsville. This is fantastic.
It is. You have all of these characters locked on this island. You have Batman, who's actually at the time recovering from a broken back from Bane.
Right.
So while he's working recovery, all Bruce Wayne can do is be Bruce Wayne. And he actually goes to Congress, goes to the Senate, and he's trying to fight them. And he's like, no, we can't do this. We can't let Gotham go. And, when politics fail, regardless of injury or not, Batman has to put the cowl back on. All this entire time, Gordon's been holding his own, fighting for the citizens that remained, trying to protect anyone he can with a handful of officers.
Right.
It's truly a fascinating and gripping story. If you haven't gotten the chance to read it, as far as I can tell, it's not... I've never been able to really find a copy of it online.
Really?
It doesn't seem to have made the conversion over to ebook.
But you could find hard copies.
Yeah, you can find hard copies, you can find the paperback copy, but an ebook copy is difficult to find. I have yet to see one. So, if you ever get the chance, Batman No Man's Land by Greg Rucka, absolutely highly recommend it. It actually says in the beginning, Batman No Man's Land was primarily adapted from the story serialized in the following comic books originally published by DC Comics. Batman No Man's Land number 1, March 1999. Batman number 560 through 571, December 98 through February 2000. Detective Comics 727 through 741, December 98 through February 2000. Batman Shadow of the Bat number 80 through 94, December 98, February 2000. Legends of the Dark Knight, number 116 through 126, April 99, February 2000. With additional material adapted or inspired by Batman Chronicles 16 through 18, Batman Harley Quinn, and Batman No Man's Land number 0. Just fantastic book. If anybody's interested, the ISBN is 0-671-038-281. Again, 067-038-28-1. Figure I'll give you that to you twice because it's me reading off a random set of numbers that for once you're going to take notes on.
Theoretically.
So no, it's absolutely a fantastic book. Anybody out there that hasn't read it, and if you consider yourself a Batman fan, needs to.
Right.
And yeah, that map is extremely detailed and actually extremely accurate to Batman canon.
It's a fantastic map.
Yeah.
Just the map makes me want to read the whole novel.
Yep. And I mean, I've studied that map for hours.
Yeah.
I actually have a downloaded copy on my computer that, I would zoom in on and just take in each individual detail and intersection that I could.
Right.
Understanding the layout and all those different aspects.
It makes me want to get a wall-size poster of it.
It's also interesting to actually see in the Batman canon, the Batman universe, to get a physical...
Yeah, to get an actually detailed idea as to what Gotham is actually set up like. I like it.
Where is Wayne Manor in relation to, Arkham?
We know it's in the Palisades.
Yeah.
But where are the Palisades?
Right. We know that his parents were killed in Crime Alley. Where the fuck is Crime Alley?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bowery?
Well, yeah, it's next to the Bowery. So you have all these different things that have been talked about through all the different Batman comics and movies and shows, and you're like... But you've never really had an understanding of how they come together.
Right, the geography has always been rather...
Vague?
Very vague, yeah.
So yeah, you can actually Google, Batman No Man's Land map, and it'll come up. Fantastic map, though. Definitely something I recommend picking up, or at least tracking down.
If anyone wants to send me a housewarming gift, I say a 6-foot by 8-foot map of Gotham would be wonderful. I'm not counting on it, but...
Bed sheets?
No.
Bed sheets with the map of Gotham?
No.
No.
Poster.
You still need to get that comic book, rest in peace comic book code rug.
Yes, I do.
Oh.
I'll put it right next to my nails poster.
Yeah. Oh. Though, I think for the most part, aside from our reviews, it's been a pretty slow week for us comic-wise, because, I mean, we pretty much just enveloped ourselves with Spider-Man and the reading of all these comics.
We've been going balls to the wall since week 1.
Yeah. And it did finally catch up to me in a bit with this head cold.
Yeah, the severe lack of sleep that accompanies our research, our reading, our visiting these shops. We are human.
And working full-time.
Yeah.
Amazingly. I'm sure it amazes all of you that we actually have, like, full-time jobs.
I'm amazed that I'm conscious right now.
Don't be. It only takes, like... You can go, like, 48 hours before insanity sets in.
I'm not worried about insanity.
Narco sleepy?
No, I mean, I'm not going to fall asleep driving, but... Little loopy.
Loopy's always fun.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I'm thinking this week will probably be a short episode for us.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah. So, I guess until next week, minions.
We'll see y'all later.
Later.